Which controller should I use today? Who am I kidding? PS5 controller it is. Ow! Whoa. What is up, guys? Justendo here. Did you know there's an official Steam Deck controller that released about 8 years ago? Let me introduce you guys to Valve's Steam controller, the hardware predecessor that led to the creation of the Steam Deck all these years later. How does the Steam Deck pair with the Steam controller? Let's check it out. Firstly, to understand the Steam controller, you'll need to understand the mindset Valve had when releasing this in 2015. Valve was trying to push the concept of Steam machines, compact-sized, pre-built desktop PCs that were supposed to compete with the current gen consoles at the time. Think the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And Valve partnered with big-name PC gaming brands like Alienware and Gigabyte to push these PC console competitors. Now, if you haven't heard of a Steam machine before, there's a reason for that. These systems flopped. The combination of high price points, multiple brands being Steam machines, which was confusing to consumers, and the fact that Linux wasn't 100% compatible with many Windows games at the time, as well as a buggy user interface, led to the downfall of an otherwise super cool concept. The Steam controller was supposed to be the poster child of the Steam machines, allowing you to play your favorite PC titles from your couch in your living room. While the dream of the Steam machines didn't play out, it did lead to the eventual success of the modern-day Steam Deck. When this controller released back in 2015, it looked odd and unlike any other mainstream gaming controllers at the time. And now, 8 years later, it still looks odd and unlike any controllers in the market. The first thing you'll notice is the depth and the concave curves that go upward that also house the two circular touchpads. The touchpads on the left and right are supposed to replicate a physical D-pad and a physical right control stick, and when you slide your fingers across them, you'll feel a physical rumble from its haptic engine. You can also press these trackpads to input a button press, though they're much louder when doing this than I would like. There's also a singular short physical control stick and a traditional A, B, X, and Y buttons below the right circular trackpad. When it comes to first impressions, something that stood out to me are the little sound effects it makes when powered on and off. And the glowing Steam logo in the center of the controller acts as a home button. There are 4 shoulder buttons, and the back of the controller has 2 mappable back buttons. If this sounds familiar, you'd be right. All of these features have been implemented and improved on the Steam Deck. When placed side by side with the Steam Deck, you can immediately see the inspiration the Steam Deck got from the original Steam controller. The Steam Deck improved on almost all the features the Steam controller offered, from comfortability, improved rumble haptics in the trackpads, much more comfortable movement and fluidity in the control sticks, and more travel in the shoulder buttons. Another sign of its dated design is the singular micro USB port for wired connectivity. Luckily, I don't have to scramble my house to find that ancient cable, as the Steam controller comes with a wireless USB dongle that will automatically connect it to your PC. The build quality of the Steam controller doesn't hold up to what first-party controllers offer from Sony or Microsoft. The plastic feels cheap, it isn't as comfortable as the PS5 DualSense or 8-bit Do, and the shoulder buttons and singular control stick lack the travel offered in the competition. The Steam Deck's controls, in comparison, feels like Valve learned from these mistakes and totally refined the experience. What sets this apart from most other controllers is the ability to use this on your Mac or PC desktop as a mouse cursor. I even used the controller to edit this video on my MacBook. Just kidding, I did not. While this won't replace your traditional mouse for basic computing anytime soon, it is helpful if you were to navigate menus to reach your game. The controller also features gyroscopic controls, which is a nice bonus, especially since this was a controller released in 2015. Just like with any third-party controller like Sony's DualSense, for example, you can customize and map what each button or control scheme does. There are shortcuts to pull up the virtual keyboard, and using the trackpads to type are seamless, as you can use the left and right trackpads to easily reach either side of the keyboard. Still annoyed at the loud clicking for each button press on the trackpads though. Battery life is something you'll never have to really worry about for long periods of time. The battery life is rated for 80 hours with the two AA batteries installed, and I never had to switch them out in the entire time I've owned this controller. While plugging it in directly via a cable can maintain and power the controller, it won't recharge the batteries, of course. All PC games that can work with a traditional controller will work with the Steam controller, but whether or not they are easy to use or as comfortable as a traditional controller is subjective. In my opinion, the trackpads have good use cases for PC games that are more accurate with mouse options like RTS games, Civilization, and the like. Third-person games feel awkward to maneuver without a physical control stick, and while first-person games feel better as you can flick the trackpad, but even then, the precision of a physical control stick is more accurate in this situation. 2D platform games that work best with the D-pad are fine, but the obnoxious clicking of the left trackpad makes the experience less than ideal. The Steam controller was eventually discontinued by Valve around 2018, and for a good reason. While it sold reasonably well, the build quality and awkward controls make for not so comfortable gaming experiences. This is definitely the most unique controller I've ever used, and it is packed with a lot of innovative features for its time, but it's severely outclassed by modern options. Currently, my favorite feature is that it's the only controller with the use of the included USB dongle that can wake the Steam Deck from sleep without having to manually press the power button, which is great for playing the Steam Deck when it is docked. Unfortunately, the novelty of this controller wears off fast and is not recommended to get in 2023 and beyond. What gets me excited the most is seeing the progress of Valve's hardware. The Steam machines and the Steam controller walked so that the Steam Deck can run. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video and subscribe so I can continue to make videos that I hope can help people with their tech decisions. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.